Hello, friend. Jim here with JB's Big Adventure coming to you from Lake Chapala, Mexico. Well, you saw the thumbnail right. There are people that do not want you moving here. Some would even say they don't want you visiting here. Just go for that. I mean, isn't that something else? Before I get into what I'm wanting to share with you in this video, if you haven't already, I'd like to encourage you to go ahead and subscribe to the channel. It's fast, free, and easy to do. And I know it's a community you want to be a part of. All you have to do is go to the bottom right-hand corner. There's a little red box. Tap on it, and you're subscribed. Go ahead and give us one of those thumbs up. Lets other people know it's a great video to watch about retiring to Lake Chapala. Okay, so let me preface it this way. If you came, or I should say, if we come across a great cell phone deal, or we see a great movie, or we have something that just happens that's great in our life, what do we do about that? We share it, don't we? And so I'm going to read some things to you because I want to share with you why you want to be here. All the other noise, it doesn't matter where on social media you see it. I just think it's selfish. It's self-gratifying. There are people that just like negativity. Now go figure that. So I will tell you, Barbara and I'd love to have you here. But there are folks that put stuff on Facebook. I have folks talking to me. I have folks that actually email me that are concerned. They're hearing stories. I just had somebody tell me that they watched another YouTube video and it actually said that the traffic's so bad that what used to take them 5 minutes to get home now takes them 40 minutes. And I heard this person share that with me, and I just couldn't believe it. I can't think of anywhere. I've been here now almost 2.5 years. I can't think of anywhere where I used to be able to drive to my house, and it's only 5 minutes away. Now it takes me 40 minutes. That's a bunch of crock. That's not even truth. I'm sorry for those that have actually watched that video and saw that, but I just want to let you know that's not the case. That's not the case. So I'm going to share some things with you, and I want you just to plant this in your mind and just realize that there are people that live here that want to leave it just the way it is, that aren't willing to be very accepting of other people. Let me just read this to you and tell me if each one of these things I share with you is important to you. I'd love to know. Let me know if what I share with you is something important to you that you would love to be able to benefit from these different benefits here and live your life in peace. Live your life. I tell people it's like moving to paradise and retiring in Mexico. So here they are. Lake Chapala's perfect climate. This is like an eternal spring. It's the #2 best climate in the world. If you were able to wake up every morning and you get to look outside and you see the lake, that's peace, isn't it? It's almost like that drowns out all the stuff going on in our world. All of it. Now, I'm a believer, I'm a Christian, and I strongly believe that the Lord's going to come back, and hopefully soon. But I also know that the world's not going to get better. It doesn't tell us that in the Bible. It just says it's going to get worse and worse. So I guess that's my 2 cents about that. So this is a great place to be, no matter what's going on in the world. You just don't get the same feeling here. I mean, you can live here a lot more comfortably financially wise. And on top of that, you can be in peace and tranquility just by looking at the lake. I had a gal recently that just moved here, that when she came down, we sat on a park bench at the Ajijic Malecon. And I said to her, sitting right here, what does this remind you of? And she told me peace. That's amazing. That's amazing. So we get to live in the #2 best climate in the world. How about the very low cost of living? I have recently spoken to some folks that know people that are living for less than $1,000 a month. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not telling you that everybody can move here and only live on $1,000 a month. Apparently, their place that they're renting is real inexpensive. I want to say it was $350, $400. They're real homebodies, so they don't go out and eat, although it's more expensive to eat at home than it is to eat out. They probably don't get around and get about very often, so they probably don't have a car. So their requirements for their lifestyle are a lot lower than what others might be. So lower cost of living all around, all around. We have a thriving expat community. What does that mean? Well, if there's 1.5 million people, expats, that live in Mexico, then we have here at Lakeside the highest number, highest concentration of expats. In fact, in the low season, which is like April until about October, November, that's the low season, we have somewhere around 30,000 expats that live here. In the high season, which obviously is going to be November until about March, April, we can have as many as 50, 60,000 expats that are living here. So the snowbirds come while there's snow in Canada or the States, and they leave after that. So again, remembering, put each one of these in your mind, and I just want to know if this is something that you'd like to have in your life. The dollar is climbing again. The value of the dollar. Now, we were as low as 16 point something, 16.2 or something like that. Right now, we're at just over 8.5, just over 8.5 pesos. So what that means is this. If you take $1 US, that equals 18.5 pesos. So that means that 8.5 pesos, if you're looking at a dollar, that's around $5. So if we take 100 pesos, that's around $5 US. So if I ever tell you that Barbara and I went out and had a meal, and our meal only cost 600 pesos, I'm sorry, I take that back. If I tell you that we went out and our bill was only, let's say, 180 pesos, 160 pesos, that's $8 for 2 meals. Isn't that something? In fact, I'm vegetarian. Barbara eats steak. We actually went to a place that had a special. It was prime rib. And we ate, the two of us. And I believe our bill was right at around I want to say it was 340, I think it was 340 pesos. And she had prime rib. I had baked potatoes. I had a couple ears of corn. I did okay. I'm not undernourished, but 340 pesos. That's just over $15. Now, that's how much it is just to get silverware in a restaurant in the States. So pretty amazing here. International airport is only 30 minutes away. That means if you've got strong ties to family, and I would say strong ties, I'm talking about if your kids live 2 doors down from you and you never see them, it's probably not an issue. But if in fact you've got grandkids and such and you want to get back to the States, I mean, it's a half-hour drive to the airport and you're in the States in like a couple hours. It's amazing. So, and that's only 30 minutes away. So again, I'm asking you, are these things important to you? Would it be important to you to be able to live somewhere where these are the options or where these are the benefits? Traditional fiestas, celebrations, parades, carnivals. It's a real festive place, really, really festive. And that's a great thing about this because you get to be a part of some the Mexican people and the rich Mexican heritage that they've got here. How about the great inexpensive medical and dental care? Now, what's interesting about that is the hospitals here are modern. You know, they're not just your run-of-the-mill, living in a barrio clinic. They're really nice hospitals, really nice hospitals. And to get medical care here, it's inexpensive, very inexpensive. The fruits and veggies, you can get them fresh every single day. Now, we've got 3 markets here. We got one on Monday, one on Tuesday, and one on Wednesday. The one on Monday is in Chapala. The one on Tuesday is in West Ajijic. And the one on Wednesday is in the center of Ajijic. The markets get all the fruits and the vegetables you want. And you can actually, there's people all along the road that have little fruit and vegetable stands. You have access to fruits and vegetables as much as you want. In this area of Mexico, in fact, going around the lake, there are a lot of berry farms, blackberries, raspberries, blueberries, boysenberries that are literally all along the shores and just off the shores of Lake Chapala. You can hire gardeners and housekeepers. Now, I want to premise this. I enjoy, and I feel it's part of my duty to help support the Mexican economy. I think that's really important. So we have a Mexican gardener, and he is absolutely awesome. Awesome for the work he does. I've never seen a guy, he's got to be probably in his 50s somewhere, just a hard worker. And every time that we pay him, I just feel filled. It's like we were blessed one more time. And, when our housekeeper, when she comes, Anna spends about 3 hours here, and it's like spick and span. I mean, she just does an awesome job. I'll tell you, the Mexican people work hard here, and I really appreciate that. In fact, Barbara actually tips her every time she's here, and also our landscaper, our gardener. Anyway, I'm a big proponent of being able to support the Mexican consulate. I just got done talking to 2 people about Mexican consulate. So the Mexican economy. There's an international community here from all around the world. People are living here. And in fact, we've got good friends. She's from the States. He's from Germany. We've got some other friends that are Hispanic that are from the States. We got folks that are Italian, friends Polish. Anyway, there's a lot of different nationalities here, which is a great thing. We get the opportunity of not only be immersed in it, but the opportunity of learning to speak Spanish. That's another thing. That's what that's called, is embracing the culture of Mexico, being able to speak in their language, not expecting them to speak English, but for us, we need to know Spanish. Look at this. If we're at Walmart and somebody walks in and they're at the counter and they start speaking Spanish, what's the first thing an expat says? You need to learn English. There you go. So we need to learn Spanish. We're in their country. Great restaurants. If you like eating, I think I have my black belt in eating. Mexican food, Italian food, Chinese food, steakhouses, seafood, vegetarian and vegan choices to choose from, and so much more. Plus, there's many other enjoyable and fun things to be able to do here at Lake Chapala. So again, were there any of these that you thought of and said, nope, I wouldn't want to live there. That's not something I'm interested in? Or did you say, wow, all of those get a check mark in the box? So why wouldn't anybody want to live here once they know what it's like here? So there are folks that are ambassadors, and I would consider us an ambassador, an influencer of reaching out and giving people information about how to retire here, how to weaken and lessen your anxiety and lessen your stress and your fears and your concerns. I try to minimalize that for you so you don't have to go through that. So, and that's important to me because I know it's important to you. Yes, we've got entitlement here. We've got people that are selfish. We've got people here that are just downright unhappy. And I can't believe they stay. They could be negative about the place and say, well, there's way too much traffic. Hey, I'm from LA. I know what traffic's like. 6 lanes, 7 lanes, and nobody's moving anywhere. That's traffic. Here, you drive and you start out 10 minutes earlier or 5 minutes earlier. That's all it takes. Here's the best part about all this. If you put a check in all the boxes, I want you to know the Mexican paradise of living peacefully, living enjoyably, living a life that would be filled with a lot of great things. Appreciation would be one. Looking at the Mexican people and says, you know what, I want to be a part of them. And I want to help support. I want to be friendly. I'd even like to maybe take care, maybe be involved in an orphanage here. Barbara and I are involved in a couple of organizations or orphanages here, both for one for the boys and one for the girls. So what I share with you is the best thing is you could live here too. And you could live the lifestyle that the majority of the expats that live here get to live every day. So I hope that's been helpful for you. And if you haven't already, I'd like to encourage you to go ahead and subscribe to the channel. It's fast, free, it's easy to do. Go to the bottom right-hand corner of the screen, the little red box, tap on it, you're subscribed. Give us one of those thumbs up, lets other people know it's a great video to watch about retiring to Lake Chapala. Stop by, say hi, ask a question, let us know a video idea that you'd like to see. And lastly, go ahead and make sure you hit the bell because that way you'll be immediately notified when our next video comes out. So with that, thank you, and I share so much appreciation for you to not only be a part of this community, but supporting this channel. Have an awesome day. We'll see you on the next video.